10th, 2000. The beginning of a new era.
The big reset.
The Great Reset.
Well, it's definitely big. I don't know if it's great.
Yeah, this was a weird one. So, for those that don't know, WCW have been in a kind of a weird place pretty much from 99 onwards, where they brought in Vince Russo and then they got rid of him and then they brought him back along with Eric Bischoff. And I think the idea was that nothing was really working. I think the idea was that these two maniac geniuses would kind of level each other out
Yeah,
and
yeah.
use magic with it. And their main idea, like we've been looking forward to reviewing this period of time. This is the Millionaires Club versus New Blood storyline. We've talked about this. I don't know if I would say I have fond memories of it, but I kind of look back on it with a real what could have been thing, because I think the storyline had potential if you did it correctly. Just to clarify how big a reset this was, I watched, granted on 2 times speed, the previous two Nitros to this show. Literally, storylines are just dropped. Feuds, angles, everything is just stone cold dead. People are faces, they're suddenly heels. They're suddenly heels, they're suddenly baby faces. It is literally just stopped stone cold dead. The main event of, I think, the two Nitros before this is Sid Vicious and Hogan, both as faces,
Mm.
against Scott Steiner and Jeff Jarrett, who are still part of the NWO. That just stops. The NWO come this week are just gone. They just don't exist anymore. Like literally, they're just factions, groups, feuds gone. So the show starts, and immediately you have every single unimportant wrestler standing out in the ring or around the ring,
Yeah.
and
Every
all of these,
mid-carder.
yeah, and all of these guys are not dressed as wrestlers. They are all in their ill-fitting suits
Street
and
clothes.
their street clothes, and they look like the least impressive group of people I have ever seen.
Yeah.
And then the first person you really get a good close up of is Chris Candido's fat face with his cross eyes just staring at you, and I'm like, oh God, what is this?
The sad thing is, and I think it was done on purpose like this, it's like watching a bunch of guys stood outside a factory waiting for their shift to start.
Yeah, it was, and
It's watching a bunch of working class nobodies.
it wouldn't surprise me if maybe they'd just been told go stand out by the ring, and everyone's like, what? Sorry, what? And they're like, go on. We're doing the show, and everyone's like, "What? What are you talking about?" It wouldn't surprise me if they'd just been told last second to go out there and stand there. And to be fair, the first thing they do is then basically have an entrance for all the important new blood people.
Hmm.
Booker T comes out on his own. Steiner, Jeff Jarrett, they all come out sort of together with their own specific entrances. Jeff Jarrett cuts a nothing promo about
Mm.
old people and being
And the
held
W
down.
and the WWF, he has to mention.
Oh my God.
My future was in the hands of the man who had the biggest hand in turning the WWF around.
How many times were things mentioned from the WWF in this show?
I
It's
don't
over.
know, about 10,
Insane.
about 10 different times I counted.
And it's not cool. It just feels desperate.
Yeah.
So yeah, so some of the stars come out: Steiner, Jarrett, Booker T, Kidman. I think gets his own entrance
I
to coming
think
out.
so. I can't remember.
Jeff Jarrett hits a fine promo, but well, no, actually, no, fuck it. It was a shit promo.
It was
It
just
was a nothing.
boring. It was nothing. Yeah, it was
Yeah,
boring, and except he tried to be edgy by mentioning the WWF.
yeah, and then out comes he invites out Vince Russo, who everyone basically goes, well, this is the Booker. He's been the man behind the show for the last however long. I've never liked Vince Russo.
No, I've
even
not
his on,
either.
even his on-screen character. Like, there's nothing. It's not even like where you hate Eric Bischoff or Vince McMahon as their character.
Yeah,
I just don't want Vince Russo on my screen. He has no screen presence. There's nothing impressive about him. He's
yeah,
just a dickhead from New York. Russo comes out and again he references the WWF straight away.
yeah.
He literally references the Radicals by name, every single one of them, basically
Oh,
saying these guys
fucking!
knew what was going on,
This
and
was
it's why they've left.
this was brutal.
Benoit knew, Guerrero knew, Saturn knew, Malenko knew, Douglas knew, and they left.
What a way to shit on your own company.
Mm-hmm. No.
It just came across like small time. It came across like you're desperate and small time and basically airing dirty laundry.
Yeah.
And it's not cool. Like, this isn't a cool wink and a nod. This is just like, our company is so shit. People have left it. And
Yeah,
these are
yeah,
the
yeah.
people who left it. Let's name the people that you want to watch on the other TV show.
The day that they left was called like Black Monday. It's like, hey, shall we bring that up? Shall we mention that day that everyone references as Black Monday when all of our best young talent left the company because they hated it here so much? Shall we bring that up on our reset show?
Yeah.
No, shall we not bring that up, actually?
Out comes Eric Bischoff. And as we just said, he's got screen presence. He comes out in a decent fitting suit with gorgeous silver fox grey hair, like $1 million smile. Immediately, I'm like, I want to watch this guy do stuff.
Why were they all wearing street clothes? Because they all look
Because
like
told to
fucking
go out.
nobodies. They shouldn't.
But you know what? But this is the problem, right? Because you're trying to make me think some of these guys are cool, and all of them look lame. All of them. And this is really important, right? So Eric Bischoff comes out, and the big swerve is you think Bischoff's going to be with the Millionaires Club, or he's going to be against Russo. It turns out they're not. They're together, and they hug, and they basically talk about how they regret hiring Scott Hall and Kevin Nash and all these old people, DDP, Hogan, all that. Vince Russo tries to be cool and says the word shit about Ric Flair. Oh, so cool. Yeah, brilliant. And then it cuts backstage, and standing backstage looking around the TV monitor is Luger and Elizabeth, DDP Kimberly, Sid Vicious and Sting.
Yeah.
And these good guys look like the fucking Beatles. These guys look, you know what I mean? This would be like...
This is exactly my problem. It like literally cut backstage, right? And it was literally like, oh, look, professional wrestling stars.
all four of these guys are wearing in their wrestling gear. They all look sensationally cool. They look badass. They look cool. Like the way that even the shot is framed, right, with them all crowded, like standing by the TV. All the heights are right. They're all kind of standing there looking badass. They got the gorgeous women on their arms. Immediately, you just go, "Oh no!" Like their whole point is these millionaires. They're screwing over the company. They're holding down the young guys who are actually even better. You just don't know it. And then you cut to these guys and you go, "Nah, these guys are cool." Like, no wonder these guys are the stars. No wonder. There's no debate here. Like, you know what I mean? This would be like all the people sitting around like, why can't we protect the planet? We're just as cool as you guys. We're awesome. And then it cuts to the Avengers backstage. Yeah. And you're like, no, they're the superheroes. Those are the main guys.
Yeah. I've literally got written in my notes, so it's a sea of mid-carders versus 4 actual stars.
Yeah.
Because they shortly come out on stage, don't they?
Yeah, they do, yes.
And they literally are standing on stage. And you know what? It's funny you say the Avengers, because they come out on stage standing there, and I was looking at them going, it looks like the Avengers about to fight Ultron's bots.
Minions, yeah. Fucking Chitauri in the ring, and out come the Avengers.
These 4 superheroes are going to kill all the bad guys who are shit.
Yeah. All the sea of people wearing blacks and greys and whites.
Yeah.
They come out on stage, and Bischoff goes, "Oh, I see you're all out here dressed up properly, ready to work this week. That's a surprise." And it's like, yeah, so you're criticizing these guys for not being professionals, but all the guys in the ring who you saying are better are in their regular work, like street clothes. The 4 guys who you were criticizing for not being, they're all there ready to work. Are you sure you're criticizing the right people? Like, clearly, these guys are like model professionals.
So Russo then starts cutting his promo. So he calls out Ric Flair, who isn't there.
Yep.
And then he just strips all the belts. Sort of unceremoniously, just because that's it. We're just stripping all the belts. Level playing field, we're stripping all the belts. And he basically sort of has to persuade Jeff Jarrett a little bit. All the other mid-carders just willingly hand their belts over without saying so much as a word about it. And then while they're doing this, the whole crowd just erupts in echoing Goldberg chants.
This is unbelievable. Talk about a new beginning. We have no champions.
They said there's only one more bout left.
It's because Goldberg's fucking over, and people who
Goldberg's
pretend he never
amazing.
was are fucking idiots. The idea that WCW was like there was no way they could solve it. Goldberg, who isn't even there, is getting these huge chants, right? and other Millionaires Club members do as well. Yeah, Vince Russo says this is going to start with an even playing field. We're going to strip the belts. We're going to strip all the titles. Now, keep in mind the storyline here is that the millionaires, the stars, are holding down the young talent and they're not getting the opportunities they deserve.
Mm-hmm.
The stars only hold one belt. It is the world title, but every other belt held are held by the new up-and-comers that are being held down. What? What point are you trying to make? Right, we're going to strip all the titles. Come here, Brian Knobbs. Come here, Harris Brothers and Jeff Jarrett.
Hey, come here, Brian Knobbs, 1980s tag team wrestler. New blood.
Yeah. Move out of the way. Fit Finley's in the way. Hey, Haku, just budge up a bit, mate. Hey, Scott Steiner. Watch out, buddy. All this new blood talent. Yeah, anyway. But no, so yeah, Vince Russo strips all the belts. And I don't know if they really wanted to emasculate Sid Vicious here. I don't know.
Oh, mate, it was brutal. They made him look like such a fucking joke.
Basically, everyone gives up their titles. The only person who kind of is against it is Jeff Jarrett, but Vince Russo's like, no, trust me, we'll make it work, whatever. So he gives up the US title. Yeah. And then they say, Sid, you need to give up your world title. Sid Vicious is the world heavyweight champion here. Another wrestler who, with that belt around his waist, looks sensational. He looks awesome with this belt. This belt he might be top 5 wrestlers with this belt. He looks insane with it. But he says, I'm not giving it up. The only way you're going to be able to take it is if you come and get it. To which Eric Bischoff says, okay. With not a hint of fear.
Yeah. Storms up the ramp.
With not a hint of trepidation.
It's ridiculous.
He boulders brass up to this 6'8" monster of a man, Sid Vicious, and he just goes, give me the belt or you're fired.
Yeah.
And Psycho Sid goes, I don't know.
And it was literally like, yeah, well, I'll tell you what, why don't you make me do it? And he went, okay, do it or I'll fire you. And he just went, oh. Okay. And it was like, that was it. It was like, oh, come on, man. If you're going to stand there and go, well, you make me, you better not let him make you immediately afterwards because that makes you look like a bitch. It was insane. And of course, the Bischoff had to try and reference something that happened in 1994 or something twice. He said it once, thought no one heard him because no one reacted, and then said it again, and then no one reacted again, and he looked like a fucking imbecile.
I'll heal. And when I get done healing, I'll spend the rest of my life knowing that you're unemployed. So here's the deal. Either lay me out, take your chances, or hand over the belt. It's your choice, big man. Commander Sid, can't find your scissors? Wow! Whoa. Come on, Sid. Sid, what's the matter, Sid? Can't find your scissors?
That's what it is, isn't it? So he referenced the fact that Sid Vicious stabbed Arn Anderson with a pair of scissors in the 90s on a European show, which people know kind of, but I'm not sure they knew it that well in 99. You know what I mean?
In 2000, when this originally aired, I didn't fucking know because I was a teenager. So I had no idea about something that happened in 94 or whatever it was.
But did anyone in the crowd know? Probably fucking not. Sid Vicious hands over his belt.
And then Scott Hudson says the following statement.
We've got the established stars of World Championship Wrestling. And we've got what Vince Russo has in the ring.
What?
I don't know if Scott Hudson hates this storyline, so he keeps coming up with great lines in this night to shit on it, or if he's told to do this, because he has about 3 or 4 lines throughout this night that basically shits on the product. And this is the first one. We've got 2 halves, the established stars and what Vince Russo has in the ring. Well, that makes me want to fucking tune into the people in the ring, doesn't it? That's the first of about. He does about 3 or 4 lines like this.
Oh, it was mental. I've never laughed so hard when he said that. And that kind of draws this segment then just sort of draws to an end, doesn't it? It just sort of closes, fades to black with the 2 guys, with the 2 writers with all of the titles over their shoulders celebrating. the two guys who were writing the show. None of the wrestlers.